Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Puruṣottama Vidya, Puruṣottama Yogam. Sloka 19. Yo mamevam asammodaha janati puruṣottamam sa sarvavit bhajati mam sarvabhavena Bharata. In the previous session, we learned how various schools of thought conclude their understanding, their belief in Puruṣottama. Before that, we learned from 18th Sloka that the Lord is Puruṣottama because he is beyond both the ksharam and akṣara puruṣas, and he is celebrated as Puruṣottama in the Vedas and in the Smritis. In this Sloka, Sloka 19, the Mahatmyam, the greatness of Puruṣottama Vidya is being stated. The knowledge of Puruṣottama is being glorified. Let's see the meaning of the Sloka. Evam Puruṣottamam, in this manner, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mam, me, Yaha, who, asammodaha, without a doubt, without any confusion, without delusion, janati, realizes clearly, saha, he, Bharata, or descendant of Bharata, sarvavit, knowing all the means of worshipping me, sarvabhavena, in all respects, mam bhajati, worships and renders devotional service to me. Translation: whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. What Krishna is saying here is, know him as Puruṣottama. Just by knowing me as Puruṣottama, you are considered to be well versed in the Vedas and Smritis. That's number one. Number two, just by knowing me as Puruṣottama, you are considered that you have practiced all the means to attain me. Quite an interesting sloka, because what Krishna is saying is, all we need to know is know him. Know him as Puruṣottama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And just by knowing that he is Puruṣottama, Krishna is Puruṣottama, one is considered as a knower of the Vedas and Smritis, and also considered that he has practiced all the means by which one can attain the Supreme. When we say this, when we hear this, immediately objection comes. Objection not to what has been said, but in a different way. Because by knowing that Krishna is Puruṣottama, and just knowing Puruṣottama, one is considered to be practitioner or practiced many means by which one can attain God. Therefore, there is no need for one to study the scriptures, number one. Number two, there is no need for one to practice anything, karma, jnana, bhakti, or any of these means. All one needs to do is know that Krishna is Puruṣottama. There ends. Why to struggle studying every day, hearing lectures, going and doing services at the temple? None of those things are really needed. From what Krishna says, if we tell someone, please come and do some service, he may say, I already know Krishna is Puruṣottama. If you say someone, please come and hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that person may say, I already know Krishna is Puruṣottamaḥ. Therefore, I don't need to do any services. I don't need to hear any further. I am the knower of Vedas and Smritis. I have done all practices to attain Krishna. Therefore, please do not disturb me. But in truth, this person wouldn't have read anything, wouldn't have done any services. But he heard and learned just this sloka, where Krishna says, whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Puruṣottamaḥ, without doubting, he is knower of everything. So let's understand what Krishna is trying to say here. What it means to know Krishna as Puruṣottamaḥ. To know Krishna as Puruṣottamaḥ, we need to know the lakshanam of Krishna, God, who is Puruṣottamaḥ. Lakshana means definition. For one to know any object, one needs to know the inseparable definition, qualities, the characteristic of that particular object. That is known as Swarupa Nirupaka Dharma. Nirupana means reveals, establishes. Swarupa means essential nature. Dharma here means attribute or quality. That qualities or attribute which are essential nature to be known to understand an object. Unless one knows how to differentiate one object from the another object through its unique attributes, one will not know the object. There are three things which are essential to know an object: Uddesha, Lakshana, Pariksha. Uddesha means enumerating entities by specifying them by their names. Lakshana is an object which is defined by its unique quality. Pariksha is scrutinize the entity, the object, with its unique quality to establish them. Uddesha is specifying a name. Lakshana is defining its unique quality. Pariksha is examining its unique quality. These are the three means that one can establish any object. For example, Uddesha. Narayana is the creator of this world. Here we are specifying a name to an activity. The activity is creation of the world. Who is creating? Narayana. This is Uddesha. So what is the Lakshana? What is unique quality about Narayana? That is called Lakshana. Definition. Response. Narayana is a consort of goddess of fortune, Sri Mahalakshmi. This is the Lakshana of Narayana, that he is consort of Sri Mahalakshmi. Now we have to scrutinizingly examine this unique quality. Pariksha. Does Narayana exist? Answer is yes. The Veda says, Eko havai Narayana atīto. Is Narayana a separate entity? Yes. The Veda says that Narayana is distinct from all other entities in this world. Is Narayana the consort of Mahalakshmi? Yes. The Veda says, Rishyate Lakshmi cha patnyo. Next, is this quality present in others also? Answer is no. This quality is unique to Narayana himself. In this way, one examines the Lakshana of the object. For a definition, a Lakshana, to be valid, it has to be devoid of three defects, namely Asambhava, Avyapti and ativyapti. One cannot mention a definition of an element of an object which is not present in that object. The quality that is being specified must be present in that object. If that definition does not exist in the object at all, it cannot be the definition, lakshana. This defect is known as asambhava. If we see an example, it will be easier. Say, I see an object. It is a cow. Now I want to define the cow by lakshana. First one is uddesha. Cow is eating grass. Now lakshana of that cow, how do I know it is cow? Because of its unique quality. And what is the unique quality about cow? I say, it possesses one hoof. Therefore, it is cow. This lakshana doesn't match with cow at all, because cows does not have one hoof, they have two hooves on each foot. This type of definition, which is not present in the object but has been said as definition, is a defect for the lakshana which has been mentioned, and that type of defect is known as asambhava. The second defect is if the quality that is being specified as lakshana for an object exists in that object plus also exists in some of the instances of such object but not in some others, then such defect is called avyapti. I am defining an object. When I define it, unlike the previous defect, this definition matches this object, but it also matches some of the similar objects, but not in some of the other instances of similar object. That is avyapti. Let's see an example. Say, I see a cow. It is black in color. Therefore, I say the definition of cow is that which is black in color. Here, avyapti arises, the defect of avyapti. Although it is true that the cow that I am seeing now is black in color, the black color is present in the cow, which means I did not say something which is not there. Asambhava does not exist, but black color is not present in brown cows or white cows. Therefore, I cannot define cows are black in color. It is not common. There are black color cows, there are brown color cows, there are white color cows, there are mix of colors also present in the cows. Therefore, if I say it is cow because black in color, it matches some cows but not all the cows. Therefore, this is not the right definition of a cow. This type of defect is known as avyapti. So we have learned two defects. One is when the lakshana that is defined is not present in the object, that is asambhava. When the lakshana is present in the object but not in all instances of that object, then that is asambhava. And the last defect that we are going to see now is ativyapti. If the quality that is specified as the definition of an object exists in that object and in all of such objects, instance of such object, but the same quality is also present in different object, such defect is ativyapti. Initially, we saw that the definition if it is not present in the object, it is asambhava. Cow has one hoof. That is not true because it is not the case, because cows have two hooves. I try to say something which is not present in the cow. That is asambhava. Next, I corrected myself and I said black color is the definition of the cow, which is not asambhava, but that is not the case for all the cows. Therefore, it is avyapti. Now, I say horns are the definition of a cow. When you see the horns, then it is cow. In this case, I did not say something which is not present in the cow. Therefore, it is free of asambhava. Secondly, I said that the cows has horns, which is true for all the instances of cows. Not that some cows have horns and other cows doesn't. Therefore, the second defect, avyapti, also doesn't arise. But the problem is horns are not only present in cows, it is also present in deer, in goats and others. Just me defining the cow by stating horns are the lakshana of the cow, then I need to say deers are also cows or goats are also cows, which cannot be the case. Therefore, horns are not the unique feature of cows and cannot be the lakshana of the cows. The lakshana must be unique to that particular object or to that particular category of an object. If not, then it is called ativyapti. That which establishes an object with its natural essential qualities is called swarupa nirupaka dharma. And when certain attributes or features are added to the established object, then that is called nirupita swarupa visheshana. For example, the fragrance and the flower cannot be separated. That is swarupa nirupaka dharma. It is not that the fragrance was added to the flower after a week, after 2 weeks. It's always present within it, which cannot be separated. That is the swarupa of the flower, which establishes and reveals that it is flower. When that flower is tied with a bow or placed in the vase, those things are the add-ons to the flower, which is known as nirupita swarupa visheshana. If I say, go get that flower which is in the blue vase, that blue vase becomes nirupita swarupa visheshana. But first of all, the flower has to be established by its essential nature. That is swarupa nirupaka dharma. Now that we learned that to identify an object, we need to know 3 things: uddesha, lakshana and pariksha. And lakshana should be free of 3 defects: asambhava, avyapti, ativyapti. Then that means we have understood that object with the right lakshana definition. With this understanding, now we need to learn what is the swarupa, the essential nature of Krishna. Whatever we are going to learn or define Krishna, it should be present in Krishna, should not be definition of something which is not present in Krishna, and that definition should be present all the time, not that today the Lord is defined with certain qualities and that quality is not present tomorrow, or tomorrow he gets something as a new quality. That should not be the case either. And more importantly, that lakshana, the definition of the Lord, should only present in Him, should not be found in any other person. So the lakshana that we are going to see about Paramatma, Brahman, Bhagavan, must be free of asambhava, avyapti, ativyapti. What are those lakshana which are free of these defects? That we will learn in the next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.